right, well, good morning, everyone. Kevin with Halo Power Solutions. We're here out on an acreage just out by Devon, beautiful spot, and we've got a great project here. We're putting in a 25 kilowatt backup generator for this customer. So if you have a look here, we've got this beautiful unit. It was constructed by Industrial Engines Limited out of Edmonton. They built us a 25 kilowatt liquid cooled backup generator, capable of providing about 100 amps, so perfect for powering your home in the event of a power loss. You'll be able to live life as normal. This is the Cadillac unit right here, and we're just in the works of getting our trenching done. Trench is in. You can see the gas lines been put in. We've got power control conduit in, and tomorrow we will be back to get the trench filled in and continue on with the electrical. So just follow along here. You can see we've got the trench covered up to keep it safe, because we did have about a 3-foot hydrovac trench made. We don't want our customer falling in the hole. You have a look down here, you can see First Call Heating's got their gas line in, and in this situation we did just over a 3-foot trench. We had it hydrovac'd. We put our electrical cable and control conduit in the bottom of it, backfill it. The gas line goes in over top, and then we backfill the whole works, put some gravel back in, and it looks like we were never here. Over on this end, you can see we've got our power cable and a control conduit up. We're going to be putting in a 200 amp service rated Generac transfer switch. It'll be going right here. Of course, we'll be moving the use trough, and it will pipe into the existing 200 amp meter socket. Power will run, right now power is running straight down to the electrical panel. So we've got our utility feed here, and our customer side, this goes down to the panel. When we put the transfer switch in over here, power off the meter will now run into the transfer switch and then back down to the electrical panel. So under normal circumstances, that also be powered off utility power. But if utility power goes down, the transfer switch detects it. It immediately switches over a set of contacts, sends a signal to that generator, which will fire up all on its own. Once the generator has ran for a minute or two, it will then energize our cable, which will refeed the panel in the basement. House is powered up. So great project. This is something new for Halo Power, the backup generators, and we'll be offering this on acreage communities near you. We've just wrapping up on our backup generator project. It's a chilly day here. I was sure hoping we get this job done before it got cold, but I really can't complain for December. Anyways, I'm just going to run through how this generator system works and show you exactly how it does transfer over when power goes out to the house. It's all automatic, and really going to give this family peace of mind if they have a power outage. They may be the only house in the neighborhood with the lights on. So let's check it out. All right, so we've got our 25 kilowatt 120 240 volt backup generator. This is a liquid cooled unit. It's got a 4-cylinder Ford engine, and it runs off natural gas and propane. Right now it is plumbed into the natural gas line, so you never do run out of fuel. You can see this unit was built by Industrial Engines Limited at Edmonton. Highly recommended for any of your backup generator needs. All right. So this generator is capable of putting out 100 amps. So we've got a 100 amp fuse disconnect here, which in the event of a power loss, this is feeding power back to the house. So let's have a look at the control panel here. This is one fancy unit. So the generator stays powered up all the time. It's got a 12 volt battery in it, deep cycle battery. And the control panel here always has power to it. It's monitoring what's going on. So you can see it says it's in auto mode and the generator's at rest. It does have a battery tender on it. That unit right there keeps the battery charged all the time. It also has a circulating heater in it to keep the engine nice and warm. So even if it's 40 below, power goes out, this thing's gonna start. So this generator was placed about 70 feet away from the home, and we had to do a hydrovac trench back to the house. Pretty much backfilled in now, but you can see the route we took. And doing this in the winter was not fun. Again, warm weather is ideal when you're doing this kind of project, but we took care of it. Okay, so here's the Generac transfer switch tied into the meter socket, and I'm going to open it up and I will show you what's going on inside and show you how this system actually works when when there is a power outage, and how the Generac transfer switch will tell the generator to automatically start and then switch over the house. All automatic. You don't have to do a thing. You could be sound asleep and this system will happen, but it'll switch over and keep power on at the home during a power outage. Now, normally the electrical panel in your home has a main breaker, but with this Generac transfer switch, the main utility breaker is now located right here inside the transfer switch. And under normal circumstances, this breaker runs down through here and it feeds power back into the house. What we've also got here is these smaller cables right here. These are coming from the generator. And we're still getting this cleaned up here, but you can see where the generator cable comes in, runs underground, and then goes all the way back around the corner where the generator is located. So in order to put in this backup generator system, we had to tie it into the utility. So in the meter socket behind me, that's where your electrical meter is. Now, normally, power comes up into the meter and then goes right back down to your electrical panel. But with the transfer switch goes in between the electrical panel and the meter, and then the generator's tied in as well. So let's have a look and see what's going on inside there. So under normal circumstances, this transfer switch is going to be running off utility power. Now let's simulate a loss of power. So you can see right now, not that I'm creeping on the house, but you can see the lights are on inside the home. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a power outage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the main utility breaker here. That's going to simulate a power outage, and it's going to tell the generator to automatically fire up. The generator will start, the generator will warm up, then it will transfer power back to the transfer switch. This unit right here will kick over, change over the contacts, and then the home will be running off of this cable right here, which is connected back to our generator. So let's simulate a power outage and show you why this will be the only house in the neighborhood that still has its lights on. Okay, we just came around the corner. Generator just fired up. Let's go back over to the transfer switch and I'll show you what happens when this thing kicks over. So right now, power is out in the home. But within under a minute here, this is going to switch over and the home will be powered up off of the backup generator. Scared me a little. There you go. Okay, and lights are on the house. So I'm going to turn the utility disconnect back on. This is going to simulate that power has been restored after a power outage. So it doesn't kick over immediately. What happens is it sends a signal back to the generator. The generator knows that utility power has been restored. And then it will kick over, switch the house back onto utility power, and then the generator will go through a shutdown cycle. It'll cool down and then shut down. Just waiting for it to kick over back to utility power. There it goes. All right. The homeowners may have noticed just a little flicker of the lights, but now we're back onto utility power. And from there, the generator will go through a shutdown cycle and then be ready for the next power outage. In any moment, there it goes. And that's how it works. Utility power restored, generator shuts down after about a minute, and it's ready to go for the next power outage.